The expression of perhaps the greatest American president of my lifetime, Ronald Reagan, someone who was staunchly conservative, but also could relate to other people even across the aisle. That's how disarming he was. One of his expressions was, well, here they go again. He liked to use the word well. And that applies today to the congressional Republicans. Whether it's Jim Jordan, James Comer, you name it up there, they're now crowing that they have an impeachment inquiry. But a number of Republicans, including Charles Grassley, who's basically way beyond his prime, I think nearly senile at this point, is saying that, oh, we have to do this because we don't have evidence of direct involvement of Joe Biden. Well, excuse the French, but we all know that's bullshit. And we know that what the Republicans are doing, we know their game. They want to stretch this out up to the 2024 elections, just wound Biden. Meanwhile, we have all these dire problems and crises in this country, whether it's the inability to buy food at reasonable prices, the high gas prices, the rampant crime, the lack of any border security where drug traffickers, human traffickers, terrorists are running across our border, fentanyl infecting our kids, the demoralization of our military, the undercutting of Israel in the Middle East, which will ultimately hurt us currently, and many, many other issues, is that this guy needs to be removed. And I've said it over and over again. We have the means to do it. We have a conviction by a citizen's court. Biden's been sentenced to 20 years in prison. It's more than enough. And police should go out there and arrest him right now. And the Speaker of the House, the new Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, doesn't want to exercise authority. He should send the Capitol Police over right now and arrest Biden and put him in the slammer where he can do no more harm. Same thing, frankly, for Kamala Harris, who was his co-conspirator in what's been going on over there, covering everything up. Meanwhile, you have CNN getting into high gear, trashing everyone who opposes Biden, and you've got the Communist News Network in full force. It is time for the American people to rise up. And it's time for them to see the Republican Party on Capitol Hill for what it is, a complete and utter fraud, a money-raising machine, one that wants to acquire power. Well, I got news for it. Perhaps the Republican might win the presidency, but he or she's not going to be able to do anything because the Capitol will still be controlled, the House and the Senate, by the Democrats. They're going to blow that again. And as long as they have Ronna McDaniels, the head of the RNC, the Republican National Committee, you can count on it. So this is where we are. Time to rise up. Join Freedom Watch at freedomwatchusa.org, our Justice League. Contribute with tax-deductible contributions. We're fighting for you, whether it's the January 6th defendants like Siaka Massaquoi or other clients like Jesus Rivera or others out there, or anyone who is subjected to the tyranny of the dictatorship which has been imposed upon us by the left. We have our new strike force to destroy and take out the Ivy League universities and universities like that are not only teaching anti-Semitism, but they are purely racist against whites, particularly whites, males, and others. We all deserve to be treated equally in this country. We have many things that are going on, so please go to freedomwatchusa.org, see what we do. We are the only public interest group that really sticks our neck out. The one that I founded back in 1994 mainly just gets documents. Well, that's fine. Get documents. It's great. Go on Fox News, pound your chest, tell everybody how great you are. But what are you going to do with the documents? You got to use the documents. And you got to bring hard-hitting cases and citizens' prosecutions. And that's Freedom Watch, which does what Judicial Watch used to do when I was there. So God bless you. God bless your family. Please rise up this Christmas season and this holiday season, also the season of Hanukkah, which is a good story. How Judah Maccabee, how the light burned for 8 days, and they won against adversaries. They, against all odds, won. We can win against all odds. Christians and Jews and Muslims and others who believe in the rule of law, believe in the vision and creation of our founding fathers, those who aren't enslaved to other interests. Rise up, but defend this country, and do your part for your children, grandchildren, and future generations. And as I always say, if you're young or middle-aged, you better do it too, because you're going to have nothing left. It's almost all gone. Go to freedomwatchusa.org, contribute to our cause. Contribute to our cause for all of our activities and be part of the solution, not a dead letter part of the problem. I'll be back tomorrow with another special podcast. Until then, remember, the Father and Son will only help us if we help ourselves. That's exactly what he did in the days, years, and months leading up to the revolution in 1776 and thereafter. God will help us if we do help ourselves. I'll be back tomorrow with another special podcast. Until then, thank you for listening to me.